by the order of Federal Post Administration with the Post Ministry. Cinema Production Center, Business Tower Service. Technopost Center presents International Symposium, Postal Communication Infrastructure of Modern Society. November 1993, St Petersburg.
Мы с вами являемся участниками симпозиума.
We are the participants of the International Symposium Почтовая Troika 93, which is held as the first time in the history of Russia, and even in ex-USSR we didn't have such symposiums. It is connected with such things that a year ago our postal service, by the decree of Russia President, was given the state status.
Указом президента России получила статус государственный.
Dear ladies and gentlemen and colleagues, let me greet you from the Organization Committee and the leadership of Ministry of Communication of Russian Federation and personnel from Minister of Communication Vladimir Borisovich Bulgakov, who unfortunately cannot take part in our symposium because of the presence in another important meeting. And thank you for your assent to participate in the work of the first international symposium about the development of postal communication, which foresees the exchange of experience of making and installation of the prospective postal technologies and the acquaintance of the wide mass of postal workers of Russian Post with last achievement of world post technologies. On our deep persuasion to call upon our Russian and foreign investors to put in money in northwest regions of Russian Federation in our city, to call upon them without any aims, it is useless. It is important to make special conditions for our potential investors who want to put in money for development of our region. I and Deputy Minister have a talk, and I ask him about work of post between ex-Republic of USSR, and in his answer was positive. The only thing which is work, it is post. I would like to say some words about the title of our symposium. I think that many of you don't know why we called our symposium Почтовая Troika. It has double meaning. Boris Petrovich said that we celebrated the 300th anniversary of opening the postal tract. You know that in olden time the post was transported in the kibitkas, which were harnessed by 3 horses. But we see here one more symbol. we consider that Troika, it is three main partners. They are postal administration, the firms which works in area of postal technologies, and investors. And the coachman is the client who sits in the kibitkan and demand that this Troika should satisfy the request of the client. There were more over 300 participants in the symposium. In St. Petersburg, there were postal workers from over 68 regions of Russia. To the International Forum came the leaders of postal departments from Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Belarus, Ukraine. And other countries were represented by postal administrations of Italy, USA, France, Japan, Austria, Canada, Portugal, Polska and Finland, Germany, delegation from post banks of Finland, Netherlands and Romania, participants of the European communities and 15 outstanding West companies, producers of postal equipment and technologies. Among them, in Russian market, for a long time worked such companies as IAG Electrocom, IBM, Pitney Bowes, and Datacom. It had been read 35 papers at the plenary session. The same questions are disturbing the postal workers all over the world. They are how to improve the quality of client service, to curtail the period, to provide the safety of the deliverers of postal sending, to enlarge the variety and volume of postal service, to realize the international integration of postal operation and technologies, to improve the labor conditions for postal workers, and to solve the hard economic problems.
Мне очень приятно видеть вас здесь, за этим дружеским столом.
I'm extremely pleased to see you at this table.
Российская почта
The
молодая,
Russian Postal Service is a young one.
только что выделилась,
It has been just separated
самостоятельно работает
from
меньше
the
года,
former structure, and it works independently
поэтому мы
less
очень
than
рассчитываем
1 year. And in this connection,
на вашу
we
помощь.
greatly.
Поэтому я хочу поднять этот бокал
That is why I would like to propose my toast
за содружество.
to the cooperation,
Ваше
the
здоровье.
Commonwealth. I drink
Ваше здоровье.
to your health, ladies and gentlemen.
The business part of symposium finished with free discussion about the ways of development of postal communications, international technologies, automatized system of postal management, the International Post, automated system of handling letters and parcels, the systems and equipment for post clients, post bank, to these services of postal communication, electronic post, video communication, TV text. These notions becomes usual and for Russian Post. There are a lot of computers at the postal enterprises now. The stations of the electronic post are opening. The foreign experience shows that international technologies with comparatively small expenditures permit to essentially heighten the quality and efficiency of the postal services, to provide the operativeness and versatility in solving of the difficult problems of management of postal communication. At the foyer of Congress Hall, where the symposium was held, was shown the exhibition, where the advanced technologies and equipment of the foreign firms was demonstrated. Here was demonstrated the post cash terminals and the equipment for the post clients. The advertising films about system for the handling letters and flat parcels, the wrappers. These systems are module. For the structure, they are transformed very easy with taking into account their peculiarities of the premises where they are mounted. They are furnished with barcode reader. The firms such as IRG Electrocom, an olden partner of Russian Post and Technopost Center, are turned out the systems for post handling. The participants of the symposium visited the training exhibition center Technopost. Here, the post workers from different regions of Russia are make their acquaintance with the advanced information technologies and then included them to their enterprises. During the work of the symposium, the first Vice Minister of Communication of Russia, Boris Butenko, and General Director of Federation Post Service Management, Vyacheslav Polyakov, carried out the negotiations with the representatives of AB companies, post banks and postal administration. The State St Petersburg Symphony Orchestra, under the leader of conductor Ravili Martynova, had given their concert for the participants of the symposium.
И на этом заканчиваю свое выступление.
The organizers of the symposium make the reception at the Culture Center Troika for their participants. At the reception take part the mayor of St. Petersburg, Anatoly Sobchak. The next symposium, Почтовая Troika, will be held at the St. Petersburg at summer 1995. During this time, forthcoming to solve many problems which were discussed during the first symposium, to organize the scientific and technical cooperation, to start the mutual industrial cooperation, and to solve the question about the invest-to-post communication. And the first steps on that way had been done.